Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough. Little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to the Jamo and Dylan Show. Today it is episode 47 and we're here with a very special guest, Dardy Mcrafty, Cam McCarthy. How are you, bro?
Brother, welcome to Spewed, boys. It's a treat.
What's the postcode?
6163.
Yeah, rep it, brother.
Yeah.
You
had no trouble getting in? Yeah,
no, it was beautiful. Yeah. It was beautiful. Very nice area, beautiful view out there too.
Wants to get the Spearwood sign, you said on the mountain?
Yeah, Spearwood on the Hollywood sign, Spearwood.
Beautiful.
You see Phoenix Shopping Centre from here.
Got the Cam McCarthy glasses as well.
I know.
These are pretty nice, I like them.
Yeah, they're special. My sisters got them for me. It was a nice little gift for my birthday. They're mint, but
and
really
I love the McCarthy Road up there too.
Yeah,
You'll be able to see that. That's beautiful. Yeah. Nice little personalisation.
Yeah, it's mint. Yeah, and I've got had a.
Tell us about this. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's one of my good mates, Sammy Z. She bought a little bit of land in Ireland, Scotland. Or Scotland Island. Yeah, and she I'm a certified lord. So it's Lord Cam McCarthy. I've got a full crest and everything, mate. It's dope. Yeah.
So if you go there, people have to call you that if they know.
Because that's your area.
You hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
That's where you got to retire.
I get off the plane, they're like, Lord Cam McCarthy. I'm like, you're right.
Fuck yeah.
I want to move here.
Have you ever been there?
No, never been there. I've been to Europe and America. You boys been anywhere?
Oh, fuck.
Nah,
all.
just through Asia, right?
You guys are pretty young still, yeah.
Yeah, no, we've done Bali and Thailand.
That's about it, eh? Phuket and shit.
100%, yeah.
Nice places though.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Nice,
gorgeous.
But tell us a bit about your Europe and America trip.
Yeah, I went Europe. I just went with my girlfriend. It was me and her, and I think like a lot of people like sort of wig out when you just go with your missus, like you won't have a good time in that. But me and her are like best mates as well, so we had a good time. Trust me. A lot of nights we went out on the piss and that, and really ripped in, which is good. And America, I went with my mate Spitzy, Jason Terry, my other mate Ganley, who I've known for ages, and my girlfriend again. And people are like, oh, why are you tagging your girlfriend along? But she's like one of the boys as well. You know what I mean? So it was best. So like, it was good. So I've been to a few places, but I want to go to a few more. But yeah,
that's sick, bro. So what else is on your list? What are the other countries that you're looking at?
Oh man, I've always like maybe Greenland.
Ooh,
No. I was going to say, that's a bit different, eh?
Apparently Japan's sick.
Yeah,
I've heard of that.
I feel like, it's like I'm not pretty weird in big crowds. I get hell bad anxiety. Stuff like that. So I'd hate to walk around. You know what I mean? It's just people everywhere, and everyone says those places are healthy. I heard actually in China, if you like walk across the road when the light is red, you get a fine because they have a photo and they take a photo of you and they send it and they take it out of your bank account.
That's
They're fucking on the ball over
So
there.
imagine if you're walking around pissed out.
And you $300.
Yeah, and you wake up in the morning like, geez, didn't you spend that much? You're just like, jaywalk.
That's $1,000, bro. I thought you were going to say that like a sniper or some shit because they're ruthless over there, man.
Yeah, they're hectic.
They don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah, they're hectic.
But yeah, fuck.
So take us through a week in the life of an AFL player. Like, what's your week like?
Yeah, it's stressful. Like, you play footy, like I guess you grow up and it's like you love it and that, and obviously you still love footy and stuff. But like it's like it turns into a bit of a job.
Yeah.
So there's pressure to perform and pressure to be, I guess the best you can be, and everyone wants to be the best they can be. But sometimes like you have off games and stuff like that, but it just builds and it becomes work. Yeah. And I love it, and I still love it, and hopefully maybe one day get back in the AFL, but it is stressful, and I think people tend to forget that. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, you're playing footy." Like, it's like, "Oh, yeah, it's the best job in the world." It's like, well, it's not really. Like, you got pre-season, which is like so hard, and then you got footy, and if you're not performing, it's like if you're not performing at work, you could get cut, and then you rely on that as work, and it's like, what am I going to do after and stuff like that. But I love it. It's like, it's a sick job, and hopefully, I'll go back into it. So I'll play at South Africa next year and stuff like that, but then hopefully I'll cruise back in. So
beautiful. And do you reckon you'd take an offer from any AFL club, or would you like to stay in WA?
Definitely. My passion is playing AFL footy and getting the best out of myself, and I still think I have a fair bit to give.
Yeah.
I'm not satisfied like stopping now, so that's sort of irking me. But and I probably will play at South Freo next year and sort of, build up a couple of good games. And the boys are looking good there this year, so hopefully they win the flag and then we can go back to back and then sort of rolls on from there.
That's beautiful, man. Because we were looking at your stats last night and you've kicked 99 AFL goals.
I know, man. I gotta get to 100, bro. I gotta get to
Is that annoying you?
Oh man, it's I'm pissed off.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like next year, South Freo, you kill it, and then look, opportunities might come back up because look, you're only still 25.
Yeah, exactly. And people get drafted. Was it James Podzalli?
Yeah,
he
got picked up at 28.
Yeah.
Played premiership. He's a star for him, eh?
There you go.
Yeah.
Who are your favourite? Who are your idols growing up in the AFL, and who do you idolise now that are currently playing?
Yeah, I'm a massive. I was a massive Dockers supporter. I was actually born on their first ever game.
Wow.
Oh, really? Oh, it's meant to be.
That's
Then,
So 1st April 1995. I think I played against Richmond. They lost by 5 points. I was born that day.
Fuck yeah.
So that's pretty crazy. So I always grew up and I've been a member for ages. Me and my dad, my family friend Colin and his dad Buck, who's one of my good mates as well. We all used to go to the footy and we used to watch footy for days, man.
Yeah.
And it was so dope. And we were sitting right on the fence and we were so little that my dad made up these chairs and he put them on the thing so we can see over it.
Nice.
And so it was just a bit of a bizarre thing actually playing for Freo.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty surreal. I was obviously hoped it went a bit longer, but I'm going for the 4 years. But I love Matthew Pavlich, bro. Loved him, man. Idolised him. And I guess now, man, it's when you get a bit older and you get into the AFL, you sort of recognise when you play against people how good they are.
Yeah.
Dusty Martin, who else? Joel Searle was such a hard man as well. You sort of admire him, how hard he goes at the footy and stuff. And it's and Patrick Dangerfield as well.
Yeah.
You sort of wig out, you know what I mean? They run past you and,
You're what
and
the
bump you,
fuck?
and
Yeah.
you're I've been watching this bloke and loved him, and now I'm brushing shoulders with him.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's surreal, and you sort of pinch yourself when you're out there, but then you got to get back into focus.
Yeah.
And then you sort of wig out am I good enough to be here and shit? Why am I here? You know what I mean? It's weird.
Does that play in your mind in the game, or are you you locked in?
When you had a couple of mares in a row, bro, you can't get a kick.
Yeah.
I'm fucking terrible.
But then, all right, what about some of your most memorable games? Because you did kick a couple of bags, a couple of five goals.
Yeah, they were good. I think probably my first kick. I want to drop it in there. First kick, first goal.
Oh, there
probably
you
the
go.
best one in the history, I reckon, as well. on the 50 on the arc. That was probably my most memorable moment.
Yeah.
It was. I was sub as well when they had sub in. So
I remember.
I remember.
I had to sit there for 3 quarters, and I finally got my opportunity.
Were
and
you shitting yourself prior to going on, or
it was sort of weird. I was on the bench and all the boys coming off and you see people run past and I was like, this is crazy. I'm going to get my opportunity soon. But you sort of imagine if I don't get on. But I'm going to get on for a quarter. So you make the most of it. But it was probably that moment there was probably my favourite. And all my family being there and shit. It was dope.
That's
That's
sick.
sick. So when you have a good game and obviously everyone's around you, it's good. When you have a bad game, do you pay attention to social media and stuff when people are talking shit and
Yeah. Oh,
is that hard to block out obviously? Or?
It was crazy. I was talking to a family friend the other day and he was like, I used to just pay blokes out on social media and that, you know what I mean? And then he's like, then when you went to the AFL and then I saw what people were writing to you, so I'd have a go at them, but I was like, that's me. That's what I used to do.
Yeah.
So
he realised.
he's held against that now. He's like, man, I would never say anything. And it's crazy. And I don't read into that sort of stuff, but everyone's allowed their opinion and stuff like that. But when you're younger, you sort of buy into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You read and watch a lot of shit. But now I'm like, oh man, to be honest, man, as long as I'm happy with myself and who gives a fuck about anyone else? You know what I mean?
That's it. I remember Ross Lyon used to say that. It's all external noise.
Yeah. In the 4 walls. You got to keep it in the 4 walls. Yeah.
What was playing under him like?
Yeah, it was good. He was, man, he's real smart, switch on man. He's he had a good career.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
he did. People a lot of Freo fans I know started to dislike him towards the back end, but that's just because the success was starting to wear off a bit.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a little bit unfair considering you got into the grand final. When did you come?
I came 2017.
17, right? Okay. So how was it watching Freo in the grand final? Was that a bit?
I went there.
You did?
Yeah, I went. It was crazy. I thought they were gonna win it.
Yeah.
I remember. Do you guys remember? You remember the game?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
from
Sonny,
supporter. I remember
Sonny
every bit,
Walters took that hanger
Yeah.
and kicked that goal. I was in the pocket there. I was like, we're gonna win this, man.
Yeah.
And that was just crazy. And it was hard. It was so hard. And I was so wanted to go to Fremantle. but they got picked up by GWS, and they picked up Tom Boyd and Josh Kelly,
Yeah.
1 and 2, and I was like, Boyd, Patton, Jeremy Cameron, I'm never getting a fucking game.
Yeah.
And it was fucking, I was like, I'm never getting a game. And then obviously like Boydie, he left and went to the Bulldogs, and it was sort of like, I'm a hell big believer in everything
Happens for a
reason.
Yeah,
so when he left, I was like, this is my opportunity.
Okay.
So I ended up playing 20 games that year, and it was good. You know, it's probably my best year I've ever played in footy.
Yeah.
Playing that like third tour, but yeah, GWS was sick. It was just like I was like so young and I guess immature that I got homesick.
Yeah, right.
But they're all sick there. Good boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it scary moving over there?
Yeah.
At a young age?
My mum did everything for me, bro.
Yeah.
And then like 6 months later, from like playing Colts to getting drafted,
Yeah.
I was like in Sydney by myself.
Yeah.
I was like,
Crazy.
what the fuck?
It'd be pretty full on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What's your mum's name?
Tanya?
Shout out Tanya.
Yeah, oh man, Tanya is an angel, bro. Both my parents, bro, like, bro, they're like legit the best people ever, and they're such good parents that like I don't want to have kids because I'll never be able to.
Can't live up to that.
Yeah, and then my sisters are so sick as well, bro. They're like so dope, and I'm like, oh, you know, like
Yeah.
I feel like a bit of the litter of the run of the family, man, like a dog litter.
It's good though because you wouldn't want to have a shit family like that.
Oh, bro, man,
Yeah.
nah, like I'm so grateful and lucky, man. And
Yeah.
it's just like oh, it's crazy. They've given me everything, and my sisters are so dope as well. Like come over and like help clean the house and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
sick.
they're so dope.
Were you going for GWS in the grand final?
Yeah, I
When they
was.
big time?
I was gutted. I was
Yeah.
gutted when they lost, especially because I lived with like Josh Kelly for a couple of years, and shit. And like he's one of my best mates from there, and like just to see him like like obviously getting emotional and tearing up after the game. You know, you feel so bad for him.
So
Yeah.
who were the best blokes on that team just to get around? And
Oh,
did you have some
man.
big nights out with them and stuff?
Oh yeah, man. Like a couple. Yeah, especially when you're young and that. Like they're all ripping fellas, and the best thing about it was, man, you like chuck all those young kids in one area, and you all sort of vibe and get along. 'Cause
Yeah.
in that situation, no one's from Sydney, so all you have is each other.
Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No family and shit, you know what I mean? So it's like good. So everyone just gets around each other hard. It's like Jeremy Cameron, weapon, Toby Green, weapon, Callum Ward, legend, man. He's like one of the best blokes ever. Josh Kelly, like I said, man, you got like Lockie with Zach Williams. Like everyone is a good, genuine
Yeah.
person, man. You know what I mean? Like Heath Shaw, was like it was good when Heath Shaw came. He sort of like brought so much maturity, like but also a jokester. But he was like, everyone was like, "Geez, this bloke's
Yeah,
not at all."
that's
you know what I mean?
exactly how he comes across
Yeah.
too.
Oh man, he's absolutely classic,
Yeah, he's a sick player, so. And he's done it all, like you said.
mate. Oh, that smother in the grand
Yeah.
final. Oh, jeez, one of the greatest
That goes
moments
down
in
in
history.
history, eh?
Oh, bro, he used to talk about it all the time as well.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, boys, this is what you need to say. Like,
Can't lie, I've ejaculated over that a few times.
Yeah, it's a fucking good one.
Fuck yeah. So especially like moving to Sydney at a young age, what was there like much of a spotlight over there? Obviously it's not really
Yeah.
footy state. Like did you get noticed heaps? or
nah,
was
get
it-
away with murder, bro. No, it was because it was all like rugby orientated.
Yeah.
So we had a pub down there called the Palace. It was like a dope ass pub, and like it was in the area where Breakfast Point where we were living, and like Benji Marshall used to cruise in and have beers and shit.
That's
So
cool.
like everyone would just go to him, but
Yeah.
we were just sitting at the back, like
Yeah.
just chilling out.
So you
having
could
beers.
just have a good time.
Yeah,
like.
good time, man. Get away, but like, yeah, it was pretty like surreal seeing like Benji Marshall roll in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's dope. You boys watch rugby at all?
Oh, a little bit.
Not too much.
I'm
I
a
don't watch too
Newcastle
much.
Knights fan just because my nan's from Newcastle. So
Yeah.
so I follow it a little bit.
Yeah.
Place a few bets on there throughout the week. but-
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I watch State Origin and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, do you guys watch Gridiron at all, like NFL?
Every
Little
now and
bit.
then.
I watch it a little
We
bit
watch the Super
actually.
Bowl.
Yeah, so I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand the rules, but it's like pretty skillful. But like, yeah, it's like I reckon it's like, do you reckon it's more skill in the AFL needs to be involved? or
I'd say yeah.
I think so.
in terms of like turning.
I think
around, like,
each
people-
individual player, because in AFL, each individual player has to be on the game.
Yeah,
Whereas,
I think the quarterback is like special.
yeah,
as fuck.
well, he's
Yeah, yeah,
crazy.
100%.
Yeah,
Because that's your brain. That's your fucking
split second decisions.
Yeah,
You know
Patrick,
what I mean?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's
He's
insane.
a weapon,
eh?
isn't he? He's
Mhm.
21. See, he's getting paid like,
It's like insane.
and it's like oh, I think it's like $5,070 a minute. I mean,
Yeah.
an hour or something.
It's crazy how
That's
it just makes other
ridiculous.
sport money look like nothing because
Yeah.
he's getting so much. Like it's
Talking
insane.
about young athletes, that's like Luka Doncic at the moment, man. 21 years old.
Is he 21?
He's 21.
He
Bro.
looks
He's
like
born in
he's
the same year as me, 99.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Bro,
he's
and-
about 3 months older than I
Bro,
am.
man, that he's a weapon, man.
He's chopping it up at the moment. Like,
He's only 20. I thought he was like
I wonder if they
26.
won
Nah,
today,
man, 27.
actually.
21. He literally, it was his first rookie year last year.
He'd be on that much. Yeah, he'd be on a fair bit of coin.
Yeah, he'd be like their marquee
His buzzer
player.
beater was
Oh, they
unreal,
they
bro.
lost to the Clippers.
Oh, they got
the
thumped.
30 points.
But what-
down.
Oh, like got smart.
Yeah.
How did he go though?
That's absolutely smash.
Oh,
All right.
22 points. Yeah. Anyway, so we talked him
well.
up, and then he had an average
Nah,
game.
that was a sick shot though. Yeah.
You suck.
So then coming back to Freo, was that just relief? Like,
Yeah, it was good. Like, I was obviously a bit homesick and stuff like that, and the opportunity came up, so it was. I was obviously going to take it.
Yeah.
yeah.
I obviously I'm real close with my sisters and my mum and dad and stuff, and all my family and friends. So, you sort of like over there, it's like, oh, it was good, and I'm so grateful because it made me mature heaps, and I grew up like a lot because like I sort of relied on my mum, and they gave me everything, so they always done stuff for me.
Yeah.
So when I went over there, it was like it's just me. It's just like, oh, I just miss having that.
Yeah.
And it was also as well like hanging out with like footy boys 24/7. Like you train with them. Like, imagine like your work colleagues, like you're with them 24/7. And like I love all the boys and stuff, but it's like, you know, like you work, then you go home, and then you see them and you hang out with them. And it's like it gets too much.
It becomes your life.
And it's like it's all footy.
Yeah.
And like I'm not like a massive footy head. I never really wanted to play AFL. I was like I loved it, but like, it just came up and I got lucky. So I was like, yeah, no, mate, it's got too much.
Do you watch the other when you were playing AFL? Do you watch other games or do you try and
No,
like?
I don't watch it all.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't watch it all. But I'll support the Freo boys over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But even like going back to that hub situation, it was like something that I came back home to do. I came back home from like missed a year because it was like footy, and then having to go back over there and sit in a hotel for 7 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, it was just like, and I was like, I'm not. And like when I asked Freo, I was like it's all good. Like if I'm not going to have a contract, I don't see really any point. If I'm not going to play,
Going back
why
over
would
the
I go
hub.
back over to another hub and sit there for 5 weeks? And like it was sort of just like fuck with me. And they were just like, yeah, spot on. Like, yeah, he just told me, and I was like, yeah. So, and everyone came to an agreement, and it was the best thing for me. You know what I mean? Instead of going over there,
So what's the hub like? Is it just
it's crazy.
Nah.
Bro. Like, yeah, it's just imagine being stuck in a hotel for ages.
Yeah.
For a couple of weeks.
And the only time you can come out is for what? Fucking
Footy training.
just training.
Yeah.
that sucks, eh?
And I was like, I'm not going through that again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
like
why
you
that's
said,
why I came on the front. I was just like, me and my manager, Cole Young, he's a weapon. He's and Andrew McDougall, they're legends, and they've like helped me through so much. Like absolute champions. That was like, I told them, and they were like, yeah, let's get on the front foot, and like, you guys know if he's going to get another contract or not. And
Yeah.
if he hasn't played all year, you know what I mean? Why would he?
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like, yeah, he's not. So it's like, yeah, easy. So
Okay.
it's called a day because like it's not going to be good for him. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to go over there and sit there for 5 weeks, but I'll lose my mind.
Yeah.
There's no point really.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So
So it's good, yeah.
how did that play out? So you had your managers speak with the club?
Yeah.
to
So we
work
had a
out
massive
that?
meeting and that. It was just
Right.
like, yeah, it's probably best for everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he's not going to be there next year, then you know, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, easy.
Yeah.
If you had a club of choice to go to in the AFL, who would it be? So not Freo?
Yeah, I've always said Collingwood.
Really?
Yeah.
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 100%. I've always said Collingwood.
You got
I was like-
Eddie to back you there, don't
I
you?
was
He's
like,
a good
yeah,
one to have in
yeah,
your corner.
I was like, bro, Collingwood. I've always said that from day one. I was like, oh, Collingwood.
Yeah.
Really dope.
Yeah. That's
But obviously, I wish I could play for Freo for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For another opportunity. So yeah, Bucks, if you hear this, man.
I will get our people to send it to.
So who are the best blokes for Freo? Like, who are your good mates?
Oh man, there's heaps of them, bro. Yeah, everyone like I can honestly say this, bro. I honestly would have a beer or coffee with every single bloke.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's good.
And it's
That's
good.
it.
Like, got such a good, and it's so young, and JO's doing a good job down there and stuff, and you know, like yeah, the club's in the right direction. Obviously, like we were young and stuff. So, but won the last couple of games and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, they're gonna be a serious side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the next couple of years, man. Trust me. And Caleb's the wrong weapon.
Do you reckon
Adam-
he'll
yeah,
be an
oh,
elite player?
He's locking you 2.0. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like Adam Shearer, gun.
Yeah.
Brayshaw, gun. And then you got like blokes like Alex Pearce, Joel Hammy missing. Like, imagine having them in the squad.
Yeah.
Luke Ryan is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That man is a freak.
Great
Like,
bloke too.
Weapon.
Yeah.
Brendan Cox as well. Like the back line is doing like their role. Brendan Cox and Luke Ryan are playing on like tours, like big boys, and they're just getting it done every week, bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
Sydney kicked 2 goals last week. That's
I know,
pathetic, man.
I know, mate.
But that shows how good the defence plays.
Oh man, Luke Ryan will win up ENF for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
He's had a great year.
And he'll
He's
get his
sick.
first All-Australian. You can see
Oh,
that.
definitely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a jacket.
Yeah, fuck
Give him
it.
the jacket.
Give him the jacket. Give him the fucking Brownlow.
I actually said that over the weekend. I was talking to my mate. I was like, man, I reckon Luke Ryan could win the Brownlow. No one
He'll get
blokes
votes.
just come
There's
up.
always a seat. Like the Melbourne Brayshaw. Remember like 2 years
Yeah,
ago?
Yeah, he got
Angus.
third. He
Yeah.
didn't even get invited.
Oh,
Didn't
really?
He was at home.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
He posted like a
Have
photo.
you been to a Brownlow?
Nah.
No.
I wish.
That's like Todd Goldstein nearly won one year as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Remember Richo got close as well?
Yeah, with the Adam Cooney one.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Cooney
yeah.
won.
That's wild.
Imagine
Yeah.
if Richo won. That would have been sick.
Imagine you start popping up and winning the Brownlow. You'd be like, thanks for coming.
You get nervous, eh?
But imagine watching it from home and you just piling in all these votes. You'd be like, where's my fucking invite?
Imagine you get invited, you want it?
That'd be wild. I
That's
sort of hope
crazy.
that happens. Just, the
Surely it
scenes.
could never happen.
No.
Like a tag in 1 year. Just
He just has,
Like,
gets votes out of
it's just
nowhere.
like, yeah.
So what are your plans for life post AFL? What you got in mind?
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to, if like nothing comes up with the AFL sort of stuff, I'm going to definitely enjoy my year at South Freo.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going to train hard and stuff like that, and hopefully like something pops up after that. But I'm a bit of a free spirit, you know what I mean? Like, if anything, it's a bit of time for me to be me. Like I'm a very strange cat. Like it's so funny. So many people messaged me when I left the club, and people from the club like physios and like older people and staff, and they were like, "We're gonna miss you because you're so weird and you just brought so much zest into the club." You know what I mean? Like. And it was like, yeah, like good called a crazy cat and stuff like that. It was like it was good, like, and I hell love that sort of stuff. And my biggest thing was like just trying to be the best bloke I can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think sometimes, not what I'm saying, is, but people tend to forget they're just like they're footy players. You know what I mean? Like you're not bigger than life. Like
100%.
people aren't there to work for you. Like you are there.
Yeah.
You're there because they're there, and you want something. You're in the right direction. So. I was like, man, honestly, I just want to be the best person I can be, and as long as and then when I left the club and heaps of people messaged me and shit, and just saying like, you honestly were like such a breath of fresh air and shit like that. So I was like, man, that's the best thing I could have taken from it. You know what I mean?
100%. And like, I guess living that free spirit life, but
100%.
being yourself, I guess that's the best way to go
100%.
about life.
And like when people say you're a weirdo and like you're so strange, I'm like, that's a compliment.
100%.
Because I want to be like a sheep.
Yeah.
I'm not like anyone else. Like, why would I be like a sheep? You're not. You'll remember me.
Facts, eh? Would you got Dardy Mcrafty shirts and nicknames? I mean,
How did that name come about? The whole Dardy Mcrafty?
Freo Doka.
Okay, so he
came up with man. He's Freo Doka. Shout out to you, brother. You've been an absolute massive supporter, and thanks, bro.
He's been huge for, I guess, the cult following of a lot of Freo players. I'd say you'd be one of the most iconic Freo players from the last 10 years.
Yeah, and like it's so funny. Like I had like 135 like message requests on my Instagram.
Yeah.
And people saying like, mate, we're gonna miss you so much.
Yeah.
You made like Freo so dope, and not even knowing you, but like you seem like such a legend and shit. I'm like, man, I'll take that every day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I
I
mean?
guess that'd make you feel good, especially like it must have been a rough situation a couple of weeks back when it all happened. But getting those messages is sort of comforting to know that, fuck, I am a good bloke. Like, people respected what I did.
Yeah. Oh man, in the day, it's like footy's it's like I love footy and it's a job, and you know, like it's like I'm so grateful for it as well. But like at the end of the day, I'd rather be known as like a person who was a good bloke. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
especially when it's really in perspective of your life. It's like a short period playing
100%,
AFL. You know what I mean?
And like, my parents, like I said before, like are both absolute saints and the best people ever, and they brought me up to be a good person. And if I can do that, you know what I mean, like make
done
them
your job,
proud, then
yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Do you get real nervous before games? Or?
Nah, never.
Nah?
Yeah,
You don't get nervous?
it's probably bad thing. Nah, never do I.
So you just
Never.
relaxed?
Relaxes, yeah.
Some
relaxes out.
blokes get like...
Yeah, I used to get more nervous. I used to play cricket at Fremantle District Cricket Club, and I used to get more nervous. And I was like a 16-year-old kid, played my first game of second grade, and walked out with one of the blokes, and he goes, "Oh, you take first." No, I never take it. And I've never been so nervous in my life, man. 16-year-old kid, man, tiny ass, and the blokes are chirping like, "Where's mum at? Where's mum at?" I'm like, "Oh man,
Bro, cricket is the fucking scariest sport.
bro." And it's just, man, you make one mistake, bro, and you're done.
You're done.
You're inside.
You sit there for the rest of the day and watch everyone else make mistakes.
and then you're fueled. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
fuck this, bro.
Like, I played cricket for Gosnells District Cricket Club.
Yeah.
And I remember I played at Freo one day, and
Nice over.
oh, real nice. But I remember it was like 38 degrees or something. It was real bad. And I remember we were batting, and one of my mates, Ben McGill, He was on like 70 or something, and I was on 18.
You didn't run him out.
He ran me out. Right. Okay, because mind you, I was
Dog.
I was like a middle order batsman, right?
Yeah.
Worked hard for that 18.
Worked hard for the 18, and I was very average, right?
So you're like, I'm on here. Like,
I'm on it.
This is
Bro,
my day.
I'm 18 not out.
Everything's changing.
Blistering heat. Everyone in the field is fucking tired.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. I thought,
You picking gaps? Or
bro, I'm making 400 today. I'm doing a blind ladder. Bro.
I'm batting a weekend.
Anyway, I can't remember if he hit it or I hit it. I've still got the footage. I'll find it and chuck it in.
Still
there.
got the
Because
He sends
Bro.
it to him every day.
Yeah,
Dog,
he watches every night or something.
so my dad used to come and just set up a camera much like this. He just set it up behind the wicket so I could see like what I was doing wrong and shit. A lot of it was bad, but anyway.
Did you bowl as well?
Yeah, I bowled leggies back then.
Did ya?
Yeah. Why are you so surprised, man? I'm short. I wasn't bowling heat.
Oh, I picked you for an offie, man.
No, I had it all. I had fucking wronging and shit. Anyway, yeah, so I'm running and he was slow. So Ben back then, he was just a bit chubby, bit slow, right?
How long ago was this?
This was 16s, like under 15s or 16s or something. So
Yeah, perfect.
5-6 years ago. And but this day, I probably think about it every day.
It lives in your memory.
Because this was my, I think that was
What
probably
was that? What was his name again? Ben?
Ben McGill, bro.
Ben. Put some demons in this man's head.
Bro, these are the trauma I live with. But anyway, so what's happened is that...
Pick up a cricket bat again? Just
No,
wigging
man.
out? It's like every time you see one?
But the thing is, I don't think I was out. Still to this day, I
You don't
think I was
reckon you got out?
So
Oh,
basically, I think we ran 2, and he didn't want to run it, but I was like, mate, I'm quick. I'm making it to the keeper's end.
You want that 20?
Well, so what was it? The ball? Were you running to the keeper's end?
I was running to
and
the
the
keeper's
ball's
end.
coming.
The
into
ball's
the
coming
keeper's
from
end?
like fine leg or something.
So it's
right?
coming in the keeper's end.
It's coming in the keeper's end,
Bro,
right?
save yourself, bro. Just call it up.
But
like,
I know
mate.
I'm making it. I can get to fucking 19 runs here.
So what's happened here? He said no, and then it's gone down the other end.
Yeah, so I think I've started running. No, actually, I was running to the bowler's end, and he knew he wasn't going to make it. So I've had to turn back and run to the keeper's end, and I've dived, and I know my bat was over the line, right? But square leg, right? No. Hey, I'll get the footage, man. Trust me.
Have you got the footage actually?
I do. I'll
Post
find
the next
it.
one.
I've never seen that.
And
I want to
then-
see it.
Basically,
It's
so
up. It's in the backyard. That's what I said.
so they had a whacker umpire as the first umpire, and then square leg they had the fucking Fremantle coach or whatever. So Fremantle coach is giving me out, and I've gone, oh right. I've gone up to the long walk up to Freo's fucking
Oh, it's up the hill.
from the pitch up the hill.
That's a fucking walk.
It's a long
isn't it?
walk, and then you've got everyone giving you a little clap for making 18. I don't want to get fucking claps for getting run out. Like,
Yeah, bro, man. Actual story, bro. This is legit.
yeah.
In under 17s, I opened the batting, man. And the coach said before, he's like, someone's going to bat through today and make a big score.
Yeah.
I batted the whole 60 overs in the morning and made 110 off 148 balls. But I was on like 97, 96. And, man, I had an opportunity to get run out. I just went for a keeper, like, fumbled it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, imagine getting run out on 96.
Bro.
Made the 100.
I remember that used to happen to Sean Marsh all the time. He used to
Yeah.
get out 90s all the fucking
And also
time.
another one, I played in the, the T20 comp they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like under 21s. I played with Ashton Turner once.
Was that like Colts?
Yeah, it was like the under 21
Premier
sort of thing.
T20 or some
Yeah,
shit,
and Ashton Turner was like playing first grade, but he could play like
Yeah.
this. I opened the batting, made 41 off 41 balls,
Yeah.
and he came in and made 81 off like 39 balls.
He's a freak.
I was just
man.
smoking him everywhere, and he's saying to me, he's like, bro, you know how to reverse sweep and shit? I'm like, no, man. And I'm trying to reverse sweep, and they're like, no idea. And I was like, 41 not out, or 41 balls in a T20. I was like, oh, I've done my job.
No, that was like, I remember there was one day we were like, I don't know, I had a really shit team. It was like 7 for 20 batting, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in there.
It must have
and-
been green.
Bro, I batted. It was at home at Sutherland's Park, shithole. And and I remember it was fucking. I think I batted for about 2.5, 3 hours, and I made 11.
Fucking hell, mate.
Mate, that's good, but I reckon it's better than making 100, mate. You were just in.
Mate, look, it's valuable because I'm sticking out there, but I think we ended up on about 36. So like, we were terrible, but yeah, that's just a couple of our cricket stories. So I did in your under 18 draft interview or whatever, you were saying that you like played heaps of cricket. So like you loved your cricket.
Man, growing up, I love cricket way more than footy.
Yeah.
I made it to the state 17 squad,
Yeah.
but I didn't go. I didn't get picked for the touring side.
Yeah.
And then I just rolled into footy, and then I didn't want to go down to South Coast. I wanted to play at North Frere with my mates.
Yeah.
So I actually played North Frere like amateurs when I was like 16. So I just played down there. my mate used to drive me on his moped down there. And I just played, and like, got a couple of best ons as well.
That's cool.
And halfway through the game, like, my mate was coaching. He's like, "How the hell was a 16-year-old the best player on the ground?" You're like, "Yeah, like 19-year-old, 20-year-olds and that." It was like so funny.
That's cool.
So then I just wanted to do that. Like, I had a plumbing apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Was working. I left school at year 11. Yeah, I just wanted to chill out and play footy with my mates and just be a plumber, but I didn't necessarily like it. You know what I mean? It was like digging holes, especially first year apprenticeship. It's like pretty like cruel hours and like.
What's
the
pay? Is that like $12-13 an hour?
Brisbane's like I think it was like 9.
Yeah, shit house, bro. Apprenticeship.
You know what I mean? It's just like this is terrible,
Yeah.
and obviously we get better over time. You got to do your time, but I was like. And like just lucky enough, man. My dad convinced me and my mum to go down to South Coast, give it a go. They're like, what's the problem with giving it a go?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. And then got into the squad. I was
How'd you go that year in the Colts?
Yeah, I played 9 games and got in the state squad. Played in the state side. Got real lucky. Played a few games, and it just it was a blur. Like from 6 months of like a plumbing apprenticeship to like moving to Sydney.
That's insane.
Crazy, man. And I broke my leg as well. In the state carnival, and I was like, "Fuck, could be my footy career done." And then like all of a sudden, it's like top 20 pick. It was weird.
That's cool.
It was weird. And my parents were like, "Oh, mate, like, yeah, I told you so." And it's like, imagine if they didn't like.
Did you have much talk with GWS? Like, what clubs did you speak to before getting picked up?
I spoke to every club.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. It's actually weird. I spoke to Essendon, and they were like, "We're not going to get you," because they had like that ban. They couldn't get a pick till 40. They just thought we just want to know you and see you as a bloke. I was like, "That's pretty cool." Like,
Yeah, that's not bad.
Well, most clubs are pretty cool. Like
yeah, but man, most clubs are pretty cool. Like I had for Adelaide, Tex Walker did his knee, so I walked in there. He was the head, like he was running the meeting.
Yeah.
So he's like sitting there with his knee, like in a ACL, like in a cast, and he was like conducting the meeting. I was like, this is pretty bizarre.
that's how I go for Adelaide.
Yeah,
so yeah,
rough spot.
not that good this year, but that's all right. I'm there for the long run. We'll be back one day.
100%, man. Everyone's got to bounce back, rebuild for sure.
So when you're in during the season, do you get much time to like go out and have fun, or is it pretty strict? Like, are the clubs strict on you?
No, like you have like there's like drinking protocols and stuff like that. So if you have like a 6-day break, so say if you play on a Sunday and you play on a Saturday the next week, it's like 6 days you don't drink.
Okay, right.
But if you play like a Friday, then you play on a Saturday, or you play like a Saturday and you play on a Saturday, it's like 7 days. So you can have like a few beers if you want. Like, they don't like say go out and get pierced. So it's like more like you can have a few beers, maybe at a pub or go home or something like that. But I'm like pretty like I don't really like clubs and that. Like I was saying before, like, you know, it's like
crowded space.
Pretty hectic. I'd rather go to a pub and not have a beer, you know, and just chill outside and stuff like that, or even just have beers in my backyard. So, you know what I mean? So just chilled. But yeah, nightclubs and that, like.
Do you go to music festivals at all?
Yeah, I go to music festivals and that. In off season, not during the year.
Yeah.
Off season and that, and it's like, because you sort of can like not let your hair down, but like, you know what I mean? Like
let loose,
relax.
Yeah,
that's the place where I see like footy players at.
WA.
Like,
you get starved that opportunity when you're playing. You know what I mean? Like, during the season, I mean. So like. Off season, obviously, just like your time, so you go there and stuff. But like, I'm not at the front of the mosh, put it that way. Like,
like, just chilling,
stuff that. Bro, I'm like sort of at the back, he's enjoying it. You know what I mean? Like, what was the last music festival we went to? I think it would have been Listen Now.
Yeah, that we were there last year.
Yeah, boss.
It was pretty good.
Actually, no, it would have been Origin. I went to Origin actually.
We went there as well.
Yeah. That's right. I went with my brother boy, Wingers, and my other brother boy, Gringos.
Yeah.
George Humphreys. That's why I met him there, man. How crazy is that? Walking past, man. Like bump shoulders, turning out, what's going on, bro? And now fucking we're all like hell gravy mates. Imagine if I was never in that spot at that time.
Yeah.
Would have never met him.
Be mates.
Bro, everything happens for a reason.
We all talk, we all talk
that's what we were saying before.
That's having down to Wedge, bro, to surf. It is crazy. I mean, one day it was like pumping. Yeah. And Wingers is like, let's get out of here. And Gringos like, let's go. Wingers is already in the water, and Gringos is like, get your shit on. I put my weddy on backwards, and as I went to go in, Gringos was like, you got to change that, bro. Like, I was like, oh, bro. He's like,
you look a bit gay.
Like. He's like, bro, you honestly got to get like, do it, like you're a kook. And I was like, oh, so I changed it, and then I was paddling out, and like the rocks are there, and he's like, paddle, bro, paddle. I was like, oh, I can't paddle. And as soon as we got there, Wingers looks at me, he's like, it's pretty big out here, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, shouldn't be out here. I was like, why'd you tell me to come in? He's like, shouldn't be out here. And I had to paddle all the way around the rocks. Took me 40 minutes to go to the beach. And
shouldn't be out here.
Shouldn't be out here.
Do you surf a lot?
No,
I've never surfed in my life.
Second time boogieing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But those blokes are insane, bro. They're
What,
so
thrill
good.
seekers? I just love it.
Oh man, it's like guns, bro.
Yeah.
Like guns. They've been on the world tour and stuff like that.
Oh, fucking
yeah. The weapons on the book.
So you said you had a few questions just about aliens and shit you were saying?
Yeah. The best thing about this is I can sort of speak my mind. I'm a very strange human.
Yeah, say whatever you want, bro. Let's get into it.
A lot of people say I'm weird. And like, I want to buy into what are your thoughts on like aliens and stuff like that, like, do you reckon the galaxy is infinity? Like, do you reckon there's other life out there?
100%. I'm nearly certain. Like, I feel like it'd be stupid that there wouldn't be. How could there not be like a fucking plant growing somewhere or anything, like an ant or?
Because it's like we don't know how far it goes on for.
Yeah, exactly. We only know like the planets that are around
is
us.
man walking on the moon a myth?
We've talked about this before, and we were so split. Because
Well, I feel like if they went back then, would there be like at least a base there now?
But surely, like, yeah, if they went back that far, then surely
That's
heaps
what I'm
of people
thinking.
should have done it.
They
by
tell
now.
me things that like a mobile phone has more technology than the first spaceship that went there. I've
Yeah.
read that before, so I'm like, well, then shouldn't you just be going there like every
Now.
day?
Or actually, remind me when you talk about something near your phone and
yeah, and it
pops
comes
on
up.
Instagram.
It's an ad. Like,
What is going on?
I watched a Joe Rogan podcast with Edward Snowden, the bloke who leaked like all these classified documents. He worked for like American government, and he's like, every like even your phone right now, even though it's like technically like it's not. He's like,
Aliens,
it's on
aliens
straight
shit.
away. Like they can tune
It's
into
like
everything.
Goggle boxes and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
I always thought maybe if like say, it might be weird, but like if it was a murder in a house, surely they can get that Goggle box and like look into it.
Oh,
And,
they
like,
probably
he-
look through
he-
the TV
he-
or
he-
something. You know what I mean?
I heard like with the phones and shit, like how it's listening to you.
100%.
You know how
That's
this,
so
but you know how you know how Siri's in the phone.
Yeah,
Like if you say,
she's the snake.
Yeah.
"Hey
Snitch.
Siri,"
When I say serious,
Siri
it comes
on.
up.
fucking well. Anyway, Siri probably still listens because
Yeah,
how
yeah.
is Siri responding if it's not listening?
Yeah.
If someone wanted to
It's
know,
always-
like,
it's always
if
listening.
they wanted to know shit about you, they'd be able to quick. Like, whoever's fucking up the top or whatever.
Bro, Apple's taking our fucking data and they're
Eh,
doing
yeah, of
dirty
course,
things
bro.
with it.
Of course they are.
Yeah, like I don't trust the cloud.
Yeah, no. What is the cloud? Like, it's a myth.
I don't trust it. And every time I break my phone or lose my phone, I have to start again, get all the
Yeah.
new numbers because I just don't like back it up.
Yeah, I never
I-
do.
I
I
don't
always
trust that.
I get
I
it.
don't-
Like, when I get a new phone, I just restart
I don't
everything.
trust that shit at all.
Yeah.
You know,
And
man.
how are messages getting sent through the air? Like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's just...
What do you mean?
None of it makes sense to
It's
me,
a mystery,
bro.
isn't it?
It's
And
just fucking
like
weird.
what you were saying with the universe, like infinity. That is fucking
I know
wild.
one man who knows the answer. His name's Elon Musk.
Oh man,
We think he's like a robot or something. eh?
On the you listen to the podcast with Joe Rogan, when he
Yeah,
does it,
yeah,
he's
we-
like, by the age of 6, he knew something was wrong with him. Like he was just thinking about shit.
Yeah.
Imagine that laying in bed, just like, what is going on?
Imagine being
They're
such
thinking about everyone's thinking about like, dinosaurs and animals, and he's just thinking about like building cars. Probably. Like, he's like, what is going on here? He's like,
he has to be on the spectrum, but like low level, or maybe I don't know.
I feel like he's got something that we don't even know what it is.
Yeah, he has like that Neuralink chip already in his head.
oh man, when he's talking about that, that is crazy, bro.
My mum's big on all these conspiracies. She watches this show called Ancient Aliens.
I
Right?
reckon I've seen that before. Is that on Fox 8 or something?
I'm not sure. She just gets like, she bought like the discs, you know what I mean? Like the
yeah.
box set.
Yeah, box
and
set,
she
right.
reckons like, they were saying that he's this thing called a fucking star child, and he's like sent from the aliens to be like
Yeah, I think
you know what I
He
mean?
says like, he was like, man, I reckon you're sent from the aliens to make the world somehow better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like
Who
building,
thinks
he's
like
building
him?
like tunnels under LA and shit, eh? Like tunnels like.
Yeah, to go like fix traffic and
and
shit.
then like, Joe Rogan's like, oh, like that wouldn't be safe when it's like a earthquake. And he goes, no, like I've got this material we've got. Well, like it goes with like the things.
Yeah, it
He's like,
flows.
it'd probably be the safest place to be. I was like, what the hell?
I just don't get it because we will never have the ability to think like that.
Nah.
Bros, man, I sat in the classroom and looked outside the window all the time. And I was like,
Just thinking about
yeah, I was
shit,
terrible
not
at
paying
school.
attention
Yeah.
to. Where did you go to school?
I
Like,
went to Emmanuel Catholic College.
yeah.
Just around the corner there and bit. Where did you guys go?
We went to Lumen Christie, like for high school. Lumen
It's
Christie.
probably very similar to yours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I reckon we had cross country together against each other.
Oh, maybe
Probably.
actually.
At Berry Lakes.
We weren't good enough though.
Yeah, we were. Our school was pretty crap at sport.
Oh, bro, man, it was so fun. This is like one of my like all-time stories.
Yeah.
There was this guy at school. He always used to like go against me. He's like, "I'll beat you in like the cross country." Now I was like, "He's never beating me." Like I was always getting top 3. There was my mate Nazer, Jada Marshall, and Jada Marshall always get first. I'd get second, and Nazer get third every year. And then one year, this guy, he was like, "I'm gonna beat you." I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'll beat you. Honestly, I'm gonna beat you." He's like, "I can't remember. We betted on something, but I don't know if it was money or something else." And I was running, and I was like halfway through it, and I got a massive blood nose. It's like,
no.
I was pissing out, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the hell? So I'm sitting there, and like, they got me, sat me down, so I got the ice back on my head and that, and he runs past me, like the 25th person, he goes, "Oh, Macca, suck shit." And bet me. And he picked it. I was like, "Oh, dog." I was
You got
like,
stitched
That's
up.
like he like planned that. He cursed you or
Yeah, I was
something,
like-
eh?
I was
He
like,
manifested
I was
that
like, he
shit.
somehow like, had voodoo doll something in my face.
Yeah, had one at home, and he was like,
Man's
picking on
picking your nose.
That's
It
fucked.
was crazy.
blood nose out of nowhere. Did you get them often, or is that?
All the time. I had to get my nose cauterized. I
Right.
had like a massive. I don't know how it worked. Apparently, I had a massive vein in my nose, and it bled for like an hour.
Fuck.
And I'm talking about blood clots.
That's like we had a mate at school, Jared.
Yeah.
Jared used to get nosebleeds like once a week at school, and like I was
That's what, mate. Yeah,
that's
just
full
randomly as well, man.
That's fine.
I've actually got a blood nose story. It was when I first started dating my girlfriend, right? And this is not safe for work, but I was on top of her, and
Oh, really?
yeah, this is one of the first times we'd ever had a go.
Fucked.
And yeah, just got a blood nose, and I was ready and raring to go, and then next minute,
Was it like a lot?
yeah, like I ran out the room. She thought that
Bro.
I'd probably started crying or some shit.
Still together though, so there you go. Didn't.
Oh yeah,
Been dating for
nearly 2 years.
bad.
Yeah, so
How's your love life?
Yeah, I've had a girlfriend for like 3 years. So you? How long have you been with yours for?
Yeah, I've been about 4.5.
fuck yeah, we're all shacked up. and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
boys.
That-
Wedding bells are singing.
You gonna get married one day? Is that the plan, or just
man.
not thinking about it?
Oh no, I've
mate,
always said,
but be careful here. 'cause
Yeah.
she might listen to this.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely. But like, I've always said like, you have like some of your mates' parents like are not married. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that and like say, obviously you hope it doesn't, but if shit went pear shaped,
Yeah.
you just like it's not paper. And
Yeah,
and
it's
shit,
not
you know what I
a
mean?
contract. You know what I mean?
I've thought about that heaps. Like when you think of marriage, it's like it's literally just a piece of paper.
100%, man.
When
And it's
it-
so weird, and then it's like makes it so much of a fucking big deal. Like,
Because
Oh, it's an expensive day too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
Like, why can't we just go to Bali or some shit just for like a weekend and
Yeah.
just have our own little honeymoon, and that can be our wedding.
Yeah, the honeymoon. The honeymoon is like, it's crazy as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all pretty bizarre, isn't it? Like, if
Yeah.
you love someone, like, sure you just love each other. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
That's it. 100%.
but yes. Yeah.
I'll probably end up getting married one day. but
Drops in tomorrow.
Yeah.
I love you, man. I love you, babe.
but yeah, like
So what do you guys got planned? What's coming up next for the potty?
oh look,
Big things.
we're just trying to grow the potty at the moment. We're just trying to continuing to get those numbers up, and then look, it's up to the people. Like we can do as much as we can, but you know we need to get the listeners into.
Yeah, I guess
help
that's all
us
there
and
is
shit.
to
Like,
it. Eh?
And what are the listeners? What do you reckon they want?
Oh, they just want a bit of us.
Dardy?
A bit of
they want
Dardy,
some. Well, they have with. This is our first like proper guest. You know, like a notable person.
But, like,
So
we've
it's
literally just
fucking-
had our mates on.
Yeah.
Boss ass. Sure, we get a photo and we frame it. You know what I mean?
100%,
Put it
man.
put it in the pool
We
room.
put it in our behind our where we.
Yeah, the
Oh,
pool
we'll
table.
do
Put it
that.
behind the pool
Yeah.
table.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like when like I got Dill to come over the first day we ever did the potty, right? And
Yeah.
it was sort of like an unknown entity. Like we didn't know where it was going to go, what we were going to talk about. We just
Yeah. So
wanted-
yeah, how does that start? Like, what are you talking
literally
about?
Like,
just fucking.
It started off with just us talking about shit that happened. Luckily, we
From the
started
weekend.
it. Yeah, we
Yeah.
well, luckily we started it October last year, coming into summer. So you're always doing shit when it's summertime. You
'Cause
know,
that's
like
like
there's always
music
events
festival
on.
season.
There's shit to talk about.
You're
which
going
made
out
it
on
easier.
weekends. You
And we had a
got-
lot of stuff to talk about from
Yeah.
school and
And when we started, remember the whole Rapture nightclub spike drink shit happened.
yeah,
Oh,
so there was
yeah.
just lots of shit happening.
Is that that girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that guy came out and was like, "Hell, we like been a bit of a savage with it."
Yeah, but then. like,
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
Oh,
all.
but she faked it, eh?
Yeah, she did. She faked it, bro.
Well, why would you even fake that shit? Apparently,
Attention, bro.
She took too many.
I reckon it got too big.
Yeah,
and
She
exactly.
realised.
And she was like, "I'm screwed here."
Mhm.
But sure. Yeah,
And then
yeah.
she fucking threw it on that bloke. But
Hey, not good on that man for standing up.
100%.
Well, he obviously knew.
I
That
don't
she was
know
talking
if-
shit.
That bloke is an OG.
I don't know
If you're
if he-
listening, bros.
He's always at the I've been there a few times in the last, and he's like the DJ, like with
And
another
his
bloke.
son
he's
DJs too.
he's always out and about.
But I don't know if he needed to say, "Oh no, I don't think you would have got spiked."
yeah,
Just
because he said she wasn't hot enough or something.
Oh yeah, and what he said, yeah, well, that's pretty fucked.
Yeah,
actually. You can't say that. But like, he obviously knew. He was like, no,
He would have known that she.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, good him sticking to his guns. There's a lot of people going against it. Even I was like, yeah, like,
Yeah.
like, what an idiot, you know what I mean? But like, he's like, he's stuck to it, like to his guns, and
Yeah.
we're like, no one would have spiked me.
And now we all look at him as like not a
Well,
cunt.
definitely didn't like affect his club at all because it's still going off.
That's
Like,
just, and that's so shit by that chick.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Like, just own up to your fucking drug addiction.
Why
I
would
don't know.
you? She's like, I reckon you're right. Like, she just wanted some attention, and then before she knows it, it's on the news. It's fucking.
Well, she was
Yeah.
probably just trying to cover up what
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah, 100%. She probably just like,
Yeah, mummy
she-
and daddy,
like,
I hope they
legit,
don't
man,
find
she-
out.
Yeah, like, well, like, what happened here? It's like, oh, I don't want to tell them.
As soon as it happened, I actually messaged her and tried to get her on the potty to get her
No
like, side
way,
of it.
that's
And I
fucked.
messaged him. Both
Oh,
of them
really?
didn't reply.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
dogs.
Fuck, we messaged Hayden Ballantyne, didn't even get a reply. That
Yeah,
was-
They left
well-
us on scene.
Chuka, if you listen, mate, you're like, yeah, get on the podcast.
That was that I was like, what the fuck, really?
Because
Yeah.
I was going to talk about his
Dallas
horse
is
racing.
a man. He's like, yeah, he's such a good man.
Yeah.
Get him and Soundlands on it. Him and Soundlands, they vibe. They're best mates.
Oh, really?
That'd be funny as. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's like the biggest and the smallest, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who are your favourite people in the AFL, just in general? Like,
Oh, man. Michael Hurley from Essendon.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Me and him always yarn every time. Like, yarn, like, just have good yarns during the game. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's weird.
That's cool.
Yeah,
just random shit, like.
oh, yeah, it's just talk about everything. Yeah, talk about everything. Like, yeah, it's honestly like you catch up. It's weird.
Okay.
It's like having a coffee, but we're on the footy field. And he beats me every time as well, so I probably shouldn't talk to him.
Is there anyone you like don't get along with? Like, is there anyone in the AFL that you're just like played on and you just?
No. Oh, actually, my boy Tom Brass as well. I love him. Like,
Yeah.
Me and him, we call ourselves Universal Brothers.
Yeah.
We've had the exact same life, but we're from different areas. But it's crazy, bro. Like,
Really?
we're Universal Brothers.
What area is he from?
He's from Scarborough.
Right.
But like our life is so similar, and so when I go down hang out with his mates, they're like, it's like talking to Brass, and then when he comes and hangs out with like my mates, they're like, bro, it's honestly like having a conversation with you, bro, and it's like so crazy.
That's crazy.
yeah, it's dope as fuck. So, yeah,
Universal Brothers, I like that
yeah,
term, eh?
Universal Brothers, man.
I
So
like that.
you I reckon you always like, and this is where I'm gonna go again with like the way I think as well. I think everyone has like a twin in the world. Maybe you might meet him, you might not.
Oh, yeah,
I feel on that. Yeah,
I've just got very lucky that I've met mine early.
Yeah. That even like us, we have so many similarities, but we're still so different. But
Yeah.
like whenever bad shit happens, we still like we haven't ever had a fight or a falling out ever.
Ever. Which is
Oh,
crazy.
It started one-on-one, used to at the front, and so I put it on the camera.
And yeah, no, I don't know. Like you meet some people in the world and just things click.
Man, it's crazy, and they're like, yeah, like me and him just like.
How do you even get to know each other playing for different teams? Is it just...
No, 18, so I played
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like I was the last person picked in the squad, so I rolled down there, and then he was like, just talks to me straight away, and I'll never forget, like, because I'm like, everyone will tell you I'm a strange like person, so I rolled down there, and he's got like half of his head shaved, like a Skrillex looking haircut, and he just walked straight up to me, he's like, what's going on? I was like, oh, hey bro, he's like, yeah, Tom. And I was like, what's going on? And we played against each other in the college for Claremont, like, he played on me, I was sent out 40s and back, so that's the first time I met him round one. And he gave me a bath, and then I walked up to the state thing, and he was like, what's going on? I was like, oh yeah, good. I was like, how was the weekend? He's like, yeah, shaved my head, man. Like, probably a big snake. And I was like, yeah, good man. And from there, he's clicked.
That's mad, bro. So
That's pretty cool.
Fuck. So he's my brother, man. Like, I love that bloke.
Oh,
He's having a good year.
Oh man, he's
Yeah.
How about his hanger?
yeah, no,
Yeah, that was sick.
golden.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was good as well hanging out. Like it was good as well in the hubs. We sort of like can get a coffee and that.
Is there big rivalry between West Coast and Freo players or not?
Nah,
not
not
really.
anymore.
I feel like it's very everyone
like,
gets along.
Yeah, and all like the people who've been at the club for ages say, obviously back in the day it was more hectic.
Yeah.
Like, now it's more chilled.
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone.
Because obviously game day, it's
game day, yeah.
it's competitive.
It lights up game day.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
he's my best, like one of my best mates. And we play on each other all the time, but like we're taking it easy on each other. You know what I mean? Like, and like when I take a mark against him and shit, like I'll let him know about it. You know? Like,
Sure.
yeah. And like I might have got the wood on him over the last couple of years. I kicked 3 on him and then 2, and took a couple of contested marks.
go. You
Yeah,
might have
and
done
I
that.
bodied him one day. He's like way bigger than me. I bodied him. I was just like, oh, like you weakling, like you weakling. Said it during the game. I was like, you're weak, man.
You're just feeling yourself.
Yeah, and you
eh?
just tell him he's just like.
That was
he's just
actually
like-
one thing I did like about the no crowds, hearing the players talk on the field
Oh,
before they
bro.
added in the fake crowd noises.
Man,
I
it was
like,
so
damn.
bizarre, bro. Like, so when you're playing footy, man, it's
Played
all
round 1, eh?
Yeah, it was all instinct, right? So you play an instinct, like you can't hear when someone's 40 metres away screaming for the footy because if the crowd's a bit noisy now.
Yeah.
So like you see it and hit it, man. When you see that, you normally hit it, but you can hear some bloke on the switch screaming.
Yeah.
He's everyone, yeah, Cam, like, oh yeah, Macca. So you just like, oh, like, he's calling for it, you hit it, and then straight away you're like, oh, like why wouldn't you see that normally?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can hear everyone talking.
Is there a lot of shit talk between players, like on the field? But there's some that love it more than
Yeah,
others.
give us like 2 or 3 shit talkers in the AFL.
Are there guys who are just...
Hayden Ballantyne.
Yeah.
He's an OG, bro.
Do you have some of his best ones that you've heard?
Oh, I won't go into names, but he was playing. I'm not gonna. Playing with someone. He's went in for a hardball get. He's like headbutted and got a free kick for him.
Yeah.
So he's walking back. The bloke on the ground was knocked out cold, and then his brother was playing in the same team, and then he said, "Oi, watch out!" Called out the first name of the other brother who was like standing there. He goes, "I'm knocking out," and said his last name today.
Damn.
It was like just good. It was like balance. That's dope.
Because in the moment, like that's what you want from your team.
Yeah, and I was sitting there. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's got the hardest head, bro."
That's wild, man.
Yeah, he's a weapon. Ballas is good, real good fella. But they're all good fellas that pass through there. Like, it's crazy. Like footy clubs are like and obviously like you don't all get along. Like some people obviously don't get along. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you put 45 different personalities in.
Not all gonna, no way.
In one like it's like a school. You know what I mean? Like not everyone's gonna like vibe and be best mates, but as long as like you get the. Like, you know, you're going to have your mates and, like, a group you hang out with, but as long as, like, at the end of the day, if you rock up game day and get the job
everyone,
done
like,
together.
respects each other, you know? Yeah.
Man, that's, like, the best thing as well, man. But the ultimate would be winning a premiership. Imagine that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Is it a bit like that in the club? Like,
yeah, how many groups are in the club?
Groups and shit?
Oh, it's just, like, I think it's varied between younger blokes, older blokes, age blokes, you know what I mean? But, like, at Freo was definitely, like, everyone was real connected.
That's good, yeah.
And it was real good, like, you have, like, older blokes, like Fife, Mundy, and all the older blokes like Trav Collier and stuff, they are real good connecting with the younger blokes.
Yeah.
And I can honestly say that I was at GWS, everyone was young, so everyone got along. But I hear at other clubs, older people like these go home to their families, they don't connect. But like,
really?
All the older, like, you know, you go home.
Yeah,
to
just
kids,
like they just in and out, like.
Yeah, so but at Freo, man, everyone's like real connected, man. Older boys make a real good effort, and like the younger boys love, and everyone just gets around each other, so it makes it easier. Definitely.
That's good. That's sick.
No, it's good, man. Like the culture down there is unreal, and JL is doing a pretty good job. Doing a good job.
Was it just as good before he came, or has he also made it like long?
Oh, I think it's just like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Has it been much of a change? Like the coaching styles and shit, or?
Oh, definitely, yeah, definitely coach style, like different structure. But in terms of, like, I think it's more like sort of club orientated now.
Okay,
like,
that's cool.
Yeah, do more shit, but also as well, like the hub helps as well.
Yeah,
going away with each other and that. You know what I mean? Like you don't normally do that for 7 weeks. Like,
is it? I guess that'll go down as a memorable time, even though it wasn't.
Yeah.
The best time.
It wasn't all gravy, but it was like I got very close with like some of my teammates who I never was close to.
Well, it's kind of like you said. It's why you're close with GWS people. Like you only have each other at that point.
100%.
Yeah,
and like you're sort of bouncing off each other, especially when you have like a shit day or a good day, or like you sort of hang out with each other, it was good. Like definitely like some people like I was like pretty close to everyone at the club, like you know what I mean. Like, but like I got closer to some people I wasn't like really that. Not I was close to everyone, but I got closer with people.
You get the chance to get to know people.
You know what I mean? Like, and like and especially more staff in that as well. You know what I mean? Like you hang out with them all the time, so like you sort of get to know them a bit more. And it was good. Like I wasn't necessarily like a fan of the hub, but it was good for that period. But if I'm not going to play and I'm not going to get a contract this year, I'm not going to go back to this one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
there's no point of that. I was
fair call, hey?
Yeah.
Just on what we were talking about before about like similar people, like you got your universal brother and shit. Do you reckon you have like someone else in the world that is basically an identical version of you?
100%.
I've heard that you have
100%.
someone who looks
I
just
feel
like you.
I saw a post on Facebook or some shit, like there's 6 or 7 people who look very, very similar around the world.
100%.
We've seen that thing. It's like blokes who look like Adam Sandler, and it's just his page on Facebook, and it's all these blokes who look just like Adam Sandler, and I'm like, I reckon you all have twins, definitely.
But there's hundreds of them that look like exactly like him. It's crazy,
man. Yeah, but like I reckon that's a not saying like he's I think he's a very plain Jane.
No, true. He does look
yeah,
very generic.
But I think everyone would have a someone, you know, who looks just like him.
Yeah, you know who you look like? I reckon you look like what's his name? Johnny Depp.
I'll take that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I actually watched Pirates.
I know who you are as well.
Who?
Oh, what's the bloke on Workaholics?
Fuck, I don't know.
I haven't seen that show.
Neither.
Oh, he's on
Someone that watches this will know. But
Workaholics.
Okay.
He's like, there's a bloke with long hair, and then there's like the tall one, and then the middle.
Yeah.
The guy in the middle. Man, you are. See, I've just picked that.
there you go.
Everyone looks the same. I'll get a photo of you.
Workaholics.
We get a lot of fucking Scotty from Prank Patrol. Can you remember him? No.
Yeah, I didn't watch the show either.
No, but
that happens a lot.
Apparently I look like him. Someone said Andy Brayshaw. I didn't really say that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
little bit.
Yeah, definitely. What, you don't say that?
Oh, a little bit, but I don't know.
It's a workhorse. Gets after the footy, mate. I'll take that. All right, I'll get this photo of this guy.
Good show.
Workaholics. Matt, have you guys not watched
No, I
it?
haven't seen
No.
it. What even is it about?
It's an American show.
Yeah.
They're just like all best mates that work together.
Right.
Bro, this is.
Oh, I can sort of see that.
Can you see that?
A bit, yeah.
Might have to start watching the show.
Adam Devine.
Mate, that is.
Adam Devine.
I think that's pretty close.
I can see that.
His face looks a little bit Down syndrome.
Oh, he looks. Yeah, he doesn't look good there.
No, but
that's better.
yeah, look,
That's a nice photo.
I can
That's
see
a good
it.
photo.
At least he doesn't look
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
fucking. I don't know.
When I played my game against North Melbourne last year,
Yeah.
and I had a good game.
Yeah.
People would call me Thor.
Okay,
I'll take that, bro.
you're like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
I was like, man, that guy's
You're
a
like
rooster.
walking around like that.
The hammer and shit.
That's sick. Have you met any like really famous people just on your travels or over recently?
Actually, man, it was when I was in America recently. We went to a festival, ACL, and I ran into what's his name? You know the bloke who's in he's in maps, having a blank.
Yeah, man, you don't know his name.
I don't know his name, but he's in True Detective.
Right.
Oh, Matthew McConaughey.
Nah,
I love that
he's like
bloke.
in the second one. He's in the second season.
No, I haven't seen.
Oh, so you met this guy at
Yeah. Taylor Kish guy on True Detective season 2.
Yeah.
It was a spin out. I was like, oh, I think that's that guy from True Detective.
Yeah.
And like, hell, we get like, you never
Yeah.
would ever see that here. And sort of we get out, and it's like, I was like, oh, bro, love your work. And he's like, oh, cheers, mate. We hugged, and he went on his way. And I was like, that is bizarre.
You just don't expect it, especially at like music festival or whatever.
Oh man, and I can like, America, man, they're like I guess because like that's where all like the hell famous people are, like music artists and like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where everything
everyone
is,
go
bro.
around to like restaurants, probably have like a famous person walk in and sit down. You know what I mean?
Have like Brad Pitt a fucking
imagine
5 tables away.
That'd be sick.
Who are your favourite music artists?
Oh man,
And do you have like a broad music taste? Like,
yeah, I've like I listen to
Well,
heaps.
yeah, he's got fucking Suicide Boys and Fleetwood Mac up there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
there we
different,
go.
But
Yeah.
that's Kendrick Lamar as well.
Yeah, so that's like I vary from like classic to like Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
You like guys like Suicide Boys?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Bro,
they're pretty cool.
I love the Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so dope. And then like Fleetwood Mac, I love like old stuff. And then like I like some like heavy like metal sort of stuff and that as well. Actually I'm on like I actually was on this track. No, you guys Chemical Brothers?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Oh, in time,
Yeah.
I'll say this now so you can listen to it on the way home. Swoon,
Right.
the Chemical Brothers.
Yeah.
Listen to
Okay.
that, bro. That is a banger.
Goes off.
I think it was released in 2010.
Fuck
It was
yeah.
a bit of a hit, but it sort of died off now. It's
That's sick.
yeah. So yeah, shit, these
That's mad.
fan questions.
We'll get
Yeah.
into them.
Yeah, let's get
this
into
first
it.
one's actually pretty good.
Bruce here from New South Wales, and I saw on your last podcast you guys were talking about evolution and apes, and I was wondering if you'd ever heard of the stoned ape theory by Terence McKenna, where he believes that apes took psychedelic mushrooms and basically became really intelligent and started things like religion. And yeah, I was wondering if you would consider that a possibility.
Possibility. Wait, so
So he reckons the
apes back then took mushrooms.
Yeah, and it expanded their minds, and that's how they like fucking evolved.
I don't know.
I haven't heard that
man.
before, eh?
I haven't heard that.
Man, anything's possible.
That's true, man.
That's
That's
crazy.
wild. That's wild. Because imagine an ape on drugs.
Well, like so,
Be on ape shit.
you guys believe that apes grew into people?
We're a bit.
I don't know. I'm
He's
a
very
bit
iffy on
skeptical
it.
on it, eh? I don't know why. I feel like maybe we're just from like aliens or some
I
shit.
feel like because you're never gonna get the answers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Just have a punt.
Back it.
What do you reckon?
Back number 8 at Belmont.
What do you reckon?
Oh man, yeah, it's like, yeah, I think like it goes back to what I think about as well. Like, it's completely off topic, like killer whales.
Right.
I know how like smart they are and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like how they're so smart. I know killer whales, different pods from different areas all speak different languages.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, really?
So
Yep.
They're like just the.
they're like humans.
Say a pod out there,
Yeah.
and there was a pod in, say, Japan.
Yeah.
If they interacted and crossed, they speak different languages.
So they probably couldn't communicate.
That's actually
So
insane.
they're like the humans of
so
the
they just
ocean.
keep swimming because they don't know how to talk.
They all speak different languages.
That's
Isn't that
fucking
crazy?
insane. Yeah, that's insane. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
So
legit.
maybe even so.
But how?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but then how did our language
Yeah.
develop?
But like we go to school and shit, right?
true.
We learn.
go to
And I
underwater
was talking
school.
about.
Oh, yeah, how do
I was
they-
talking about here the other day. We were talking about. I was talking about like with my mate.
Yeah.
I was talking about dogs, and I was like, I said, dogs don't like when they bark, they don't speak to each other. He goes, yeah, they do. I said, no, they don't. I was like, man, we go to school and we learn from a young age a language so we
Yeah.
can communicate. I was like, man, every dog doesn't get the opportunity. Like they're different. You know what I mean?
But
So when they
how do you-
bark,
That's
how do they
true.
know it's the same? Like what they're saying?
But
How
how
do
do
they
you-
understand that?
How do you reckon we made our language, like humans back then?
Yeah, but we can communicate and talk. But like, how would a dog?
That's
Like,
the,
but like their brain, they like.
Yeah, because they don't learn to
They don't
communicate
learn to
with
communicate.
each other.
They just bark.
but how do we learn compared
I
to
don't
them?
know.
But they don't. We go sit in the classroom and shit.
But like I'm talking like way back when language started. How did
humans
how did
even
humans
learn it?
develop a language and then everyone understand each other?
So how the hell they figure out how to build buildings and make shit? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a week.
Another thing that I saw it on TikTok. Why is a building called a building?
Because it's,
like,
it's
why-
already finished, bro.
It's builded. It's
built.
already builded.
I don't know.
It's like why is like anything like
There's always weird.
why is there A B C D E F G like
Yeah.
who comes up with that?
Dumb fuck tried to make it complicated.
Well, it's even like I think
Oh, we're going deep now, boys. Aren't we?
we were Arabs. You know, we write left to right. They write right to left.
Yeah, I think
Just-
just China does that
Yeah.
too, right to left.
But it's like apparently English is the hardest language to learn. And,
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
Like, but it just comes so naturally to learn from a young age.
That's what heaps of people say. That it's really difficult because there's so many like rules in the English language that are like go against each other or something, and it just makes it hard for people to learn.
Yeah.
It's a spin out, man.
Who
But not.
knows, bro?
Yeah, we've gone past
What-
that stage.
we
We,
won't
we,
know the
we,
answers.
we're pretty like
The,
correct.
the world and the universe is just a complete spin out, and I don't,
Oh, yeah.
and we will never know.
Infinity, bro.
That's the thing. I don't think we should look into it because there's no point. Like,
I think the aliens will look into us.
probably
Yeah.
they probably have been.
And
We're probably just dumbasses compared to them.
Dill has this theory that like, what is it? There's a kid that's like on a computer playing with us, and like
We're like
he
the
gets
Sims,
to
bro.
control everyone.
I always thought when I was growing up that I'll wake up and it'll be my whole life will be a dream,
Oh,
and I'll wake up just a completely like different person.
Like 45 fucking.
yeah, like, just wake up and like still be like 2 years old and like just had a message. Imagine that.
bro, I like that. I reckon that could
That's
be a thing.
fucked, eh? Like when you died, you waking up from the
Like, imagine
dream.
right now if I woke up and I was like 10 years old, but I've just dreamt my whole life. That'd be a spin out, wouldn't it?
That'd be sick.
That's crazy.
But then you'd learn like shit you did wrong, stuff you can do better.
Imagine if you were completely different, you didn't even look the same, and you've just been living this life.
Because it's an actual
Oh.
dream. Like,
As an actual dream, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you wake up and your life is completely different. You live like a different country, and it's like, what the fuck?
What
is
about
going
this? Like when you die, what do you reckon? You're done? Or like, what do you think happens to your thoughts? Because obviously your brain dies, but what your thoughts can't just be. I don't know.
on? Mate? Like you said, the world's a mystery.
Yeah, and I've been saying like lately, I don't fear death of myself. Like I don't fear dying because what's the point? What's there to be scared of? If you're dead, you can't control anything, right? So obviously I fear death for like, if my parents die or if a family member dies or a close mate. But for myself, I actually don't fear death because I can't control what happens after, you know?
Well, I think the world's a mystery, man. I think there's fucking some big things when you die and shit.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
oh yeah. I always have this thing where I fucking like, I'll dream something. Like just, it's not anything, but it'll just be like a moment like this.
Yeah.
But and then like 2 years later it'll happen, and the moment will hit me, and I'll be like, oh fuck,
It's like
I dreamt
reverse
this. And
deja vu.
I honestly, it happens often to me, bro.
Weird.
And it's just like that fucks with my brain so much when that happens. Like
Deja vu is trippy.
that. Oh man, every time I'm like, I get this little like buzz, and I'm like, that's fucked. Like,
That's
how did that
deja.
even happen?
Even just world is fucked.
Oh man.
In the next poddy, talk about some paranormal experiences or ghost shit, beliefs, fucking experiences, you name it. Cheers.
You ever had any like?
Paranormal experiences.
I've seen.
I've never had
me and Tom
something-
Brass and quote. I can get him to back this up down the line. Me and Tom Barras have seen a ghost.
Was it a big night? Or was
Really?
It just,
I've never seen
at a
anything.
cemetery. We're eating food
Really?
at a cemetery.
right.
Yeah, I'll get him. Next podcast, I'll get him to send a voice over to you.
What? So you were just chilling, just
we're
hanging
eating
out?
food at a cemetery.
What? Just because fuck it?
Like just like sitting, like not even that. We pulled up on the side of the road and just sat on the benches and we're looking into a cemetery. Pretty weird, but we weren't even like there to look at the cemetery. We were just talking shit. And then we saw this thing go, and then me and him looking at something, and I was like, man, that thing was like floating, and then went. And like everyone's gonna be like, oh, you guys are full of shit. It is legit.
Like 100. You're like certain.
well, wait, floating as in
Like floating, bro. Can I get him to give a quick, like, just say yes?
Yeah.
I was bring up and be like, wait, can you confirm the ghost? And he was like, yes, and I just hang up.
Let's go, Tommy.
You best, brother.
I like that.
I love it.
Come on.
I'm absolutely full here. Oh, you be. Wait, can you quickly just confirm we saw a ghost?
We saw a ghost 100%.
Thank you, brother. Wait, I'll call you back soon, alright?
Easy.
See you, Russ. There you go.
We saw a ghost. So, can you explain what it looked like? Was it like white, grey?
Like a real
Male boy, or was it just like you couldn't? I mean, male or female? You couldn't tell.
but it was just cruising and then it just disappeared.
Sure.
Like levitating.
That is
What
wild.
color was it?
It was like it was like almost like a mist.
Right.
But like it was like a shape
shape
of a person, but a
person
mist.
mist.
Never mist in the morning.
Yeah.
It was like that, but it was just cruising.
Right.
My sister's seen stuff like that, and she reckons they float, but like their legs are like cut off, so like halfway down.
Quick, and we were like, where? Like, what is that? We thought it was like maybe someone, but like, why are they shining? And then it was like, bang, they just disappeared.
That is wild.
That's
we just looked
fucked.
up and left.
Is that the only time you've had like an experience like that? Paranormal.
Oh, I think like every night when I'm in the house, you hear noises. I think there's
Yeah.
someone in the house.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. What about you?
I've never really had any. I haven't had anything like that.
I'd
Personally.
I was about 10 years old. I used to have bad night terrors, so just shit dreams.
Yeah, I had a few mates out there, man.
Yeah, and basically I'd woken up one night and I'd looked out my window and there was like a face staring at me. It's pitch black. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I've looked out the window and the face is staring at me and started screaming, but it was like a faint scream.
That's fucked.
So then I started screaming, saying, "Oh, Dad, Dad!" But like, you know, when you can't like use your voice after a dream or whatever, and like it's sort of, or like you're in a dream and you're trying to yell
in
out.
a night terror, don't you freeze up as well?
Yeah.
Sort of can't move in that.
I felt like I was having an epileptic fit. Like,
Yeah.
That things I used to get that when I never had terrors, but I would be like, I'd wake up and it's like sleep paralysis.
Yeah,
So
you're
my
sort of
eyes
stuck.
open, but I can't move for like 5 minutes. I used to get
Yeah.
that when I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
kid all the
Yeah,
time.
that's what it is.
It's actually, it's so weird, bro. Like, it's so weird.
but you haven't had any like real.
Nah, not
real weird
paranormal, eh? My mum's had heaps, but I can't remember the stories off, but yeah, there's some crazy shit out there.
And Dylan, absolutely love the podcast. Sending my love from Mildura. I just have a quick
Mildura.
question.
Where that juice is from?
So I'm a tall girl. I'm 5'11". So what are your thoughts on tall girls wearing heels and taller girls dating shorter guys? Because my ex-boyfriend was shorter than me, and he did not like it when I wore heels. But tell me your thoughts.
But do what you want. Like,
Did you date a girl taller than you?
I wouldn't personally.
You're pretty tall though, so it'd be hard for you to meet her.
Mate, love is love, brother.
Yeah, I like that,
that's like-
eh?
that's
Hey,
some
you know
Bob
what?
Marley
If she
stuff.
wants to wear heels, and you know, if
She
that
can
makes
wear
her
them.
feel good, as long as she's happy, then yeah, she wears heels.
No
I like
respect. See, I once, we weren't dating, but I was seeing a girl who was the same height as me, but when she wore heels, she towered over me.
And she
How'd you
dunked.
feel?
Yeah, and she dunked on me.
Oh, imagine that.
Every time I was with her, it felt like that. So basically, there was one night, we're at like a mate's prees, and basically, I felt intimidated. And I don't know why, but I felt intimidated. And I went to Dill and I said...
And you're like, oh, she also did MMA.
But then maybe because that wasn't love, like you said. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's the thing. It wasn't.
There you go.
And after that, I had to break her heart easily, like just softly, you know. But
you didn't blame the heels, did you?
Imagine
No,
that.
I
You're too
didn't,
tall for me,
I
babe.
I just said, look, it's not going to work. I'm really sorry, but it was only like 2-3 week thing. Like it wasn't.
After she's like, posted up on you, like, rolling windmills down and shit, like.
But yeah, that was. I guess I wouldn't date. Actually, yeah. You know what? Love is love.
100%, bro.
And if it's the truest of love, you're not gonna let that come between you. You know.
True.
You're not gonna let that slip.
But if it's like a preference type thing, I'd go a girl shorter than me. That's just me.
But then, yeah. But is that love? I don't know.
Well, you know.
Trying to make a kid to make the NBA, bro. Date a 6'4" girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Hey boys, got a bit of a food question for you. Now I'm from Adelaide, so I don't really know what you've got in Perth. But let's say that the local burger joint hits you guys up and says that they want to add the Jamo and Dylan burger to their menu. What toppings would you guys put on that burger if they asked? Cheers.
So what would our burger of choice be for the Jamo and Dylan burger?
I like, grilled. They have a crispy bacon and cheese. That's probably my favourite.
Yeah.
What would be the Cam McCarthy? What would be the Dardy Mcrafty?
Dardy Mcrafty burger. It'd be like plain and simple, like easy on the eyes, but tastes great. Like almost a little bit bigger than a cheeseburger. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Like
Something simple.
But I'm like you guys have the when I go to the Macca's, I get like a McFeast burger.
Right.
Okay.
Oh,
I've never had a McFeast.
It's like a Whopper, but a
Okay.
Macca's Whopper.
Okay.
So all the salads and shit.
Good.
So I'm into that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just, I'm a variety man. Like I don't like the quarter pounders.
Variety's the spice of life, mate. Isn't it?
It is.
Brother. I've been trying to change up for years.
I'm very picky eater, and it's not me. It's my taste buds. Look, I've tried to venture out into different foods, different cultures and stuff, and I just struggle.
Bro, man, I never could do spicy food.
Oh yeah.
For a whole year, last year.
Train yourself.
No, I put bread roll and put sriracha sauce on it. Smack it out like a sauce roll and eat it and just hurt, and now I like...
Builds up like a tolerance.
Like, and now I can eat like...
What,
hell
just
hot-
because you wanted to get
wanted
into
to
the
get
curries
spice,
and shit?
Now I can have like a hell nice hot curry and like enjoy it. But
That's
before I was
nice.
like, didn't like it, like you gotta like hurt.
Yeah, I like more spicy food.
I remember because your mum cooks a lot of spicy food, and
Yeah,
I
she
went
loves
to
it.
Dill's place once, and his mum made us like just. It wasn't even that hot. It was just like a little rice for lunch, and
Yeah, you were
I
dying,
fucking
eh?
died. And these guys are just eating it like it's nothing. But that's because I haven't been exposed to the wilderness like that.
You got to, you got to make
train.
if you can put yourself in a situation where you feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
that you get so used to it that you're comfortable. My God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Righty.
All right, last one.
The poddy from South East London. The question for today is, would you rather have one real get out of jail free card or a key that opens any door?
So get out of jail free card or a key that opens any door.
Key that opens any door.
What,
Every other week.
what are you getting into?
Like keys that open, like
Oh, any door.
any door. Like is that you can have the heaps,
Yeah, it's just like like a safe door would count. Any door.
but like you open it once or you can open multiple doors.
Yeah, you have the key for your life. You can open any door in the world.
What one jail out of free card or a key
Hang
that
on,
opens
if
every
you've
door?
got a key, you can get out of jail. Like,
Yeah. I didn't even think of that, eh?
well, then,
Gotcha.
obviously, you'd have like police and shit after you, but
Nah, man,
Just in the night, bro. You
You
open
open
the door.
the car door and shit.
Because an alarm won't go off if you have a key. Oh, yeah, go open any car door.
so yeah, we're taking the key 100%.
I didn't even think of that, jail, that you
That's
just
a
have the
shit
key to
question.
the jail. I thought it was good until I realised
Yeah.
Shout
just have
out
the
to
key
him,
to the
though.
jail.
South East London. That's global, man.
different. Have you been to England? Or?
Nah, yes.
Nah.
See, that's crazy when you guys are saying global. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's just off TikTok, eh?
You guys are worldwide.
Bro, we have Pakistan listeners.
Mr. 305.
Oh, we'd love to
Pitbull.
get him on.
That would be so
Would there
good,
be
mate.
much of a language barrier? Because I know he's like Spanish.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I reckon he speaks English pretty well.
Yeah, he raps like English.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
true,
yeah,
yeah.
true. He'll be alright.
Yeah.
He'd
Is that
be
it?
good.
Is that all the questions?
Yeah, that's all the voices. For this
Easy.
week.
All right.
That's good.
Anything else you want to say?
Life's a Garden, boys. Dig it.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
And one more. How would you like to be remembered?
As like a genuine bloke that had a lot of mates, but not a lot of mates in terms of like mates who, I guess sort of like reduce your mates to your mates,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actual genuine
That,
mates.
like
and,
care about you.
and I have like a lot of genuine mates who actually care about me, and especially like over this like last couple of days, you have like a lot of people that actually reach out to you on that, like, who
100%,
care,
yeah.
and like you sort of get to see who your roommates are and who don't really message you and sort of been like taking you not long, but they've been along for the ride with you, and then they sort of
Yeah.
just drop off after that. So
Yeah.
I'm very lucky and grateful that I've, like I said before, got a nice family and I've got heaps of sick mates, and I live in the best place in the world, 6163 Spearwood. So life is great.
Did you last one? Did you keep mates from GWS once you left there?
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
in contact
Yeah,
and shit?
yeah, definitely. And like it's and the best thing about like when you grow up as when you grow up as well at school and that, you think primary school these are going to be the best mates of life. Yeah. You get to high school, you're like, these are going to be the best mates of life, and like you have your high school mates, but then you sort of drift off, and then you never think you're going to have mates who live in another state. And then the greatest opportunity about playing footy is like you move away and you actually have a shitload of mates in another state, but then it's all cross because everyone's from different areas.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, like you've got mates everywhere. It's crazy. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's good. So
it is.
I'm grateful.
That's sick.
Well, thanks heaps for coming on.
Thanks for having us over.
It's been
McCarthy house. It's sick.
Yeah, it's been real.
Good luck with everything, mate. We'd love to see you play AFL again.
We'll have to go to some South Freo games next year.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Fuck yeah.
100%. No, cheers for having me on, boys. Been a pleasure.
Appreciate it, brother.
Oh, thank you. Weapon.
It's mad, bro.
Weapon. That good?